Hi, this is Coach Saiful, and today I am going to go through with you the first two must-know keywords, which is keyword number 1 and keyword number 2, the A over B and the A over B more or less than. I'm going to show you exactly what these keywords are about, and then I'm going to show you a few examples for you to try, and on top of that I'm going to show you how this is being used in real life in an actual problem sum. Okay, so this is how it's going to do. We're going to do it today, but before that I want to show you something first. So where are we in the grander scheme of things? Now, the way I see it, for a child to get straight A's in the straight A's roadmap, we are now at the 4th stage here called the language of problem sums. I feel this is super vital because if they don't know the basics, they won't even know what to do next, which method or which heuristic for them to use. Okay, so this is what we're going to do right now. I'm going to teach you the A over B and the A over B more or less than. So this is the A over B. Now it says here the number of boys is 2 over 3 times as many as the number of girls. And in the second example, it says the number of women is 3 times the number of men, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what this means. Now it's pronounced as the A over B. And as you can see over here, right, the number of boys, the boys is what we call the first entity or the first subject, right? And the second part here, you see the girls right at the end. Now that's the second entity or the second subject. I'm going to call them entity from now on, okay? So number of boys is the first entity, and that corresponds to the numerator, which is the first number that you see on top. And the number of girls here, as you can see, the second entity, right, is referring to the 3 units at the bottom here. So what it just tells you is that if you're drawing a model, right, number of boys is 2 units, number of girls 3 units. That's it, very simple. So same thing here, number of women is 3 times, right? So number of women, the first entity belongs to the numerator, and the second entity, the men, belongs to the second entity, number here, which is the denominator. So there you go, it's a very simple one. I'm going to show you some examples here. What I want you to do is, I want you to try this out by yourselves, so it should not be a problem. Number of pencils in box A is 4 out of 5 of the number of pencils in box B. What is the fraction? The A over B is 4 over 5. So the pencils in box A is the first entity, which is 4. And the pencils in box B is the second entity, which is 5. Very simple. Now what happens, however, when we introduce some decimals, right? So the mass of crate A is 0.6 times the mass of crate B. Don't worry, all we have to do is just convert them into a fraction. So what do we put here? Right here would be 0.6. You get it? This would be 0.6. So 0.6, if we convert it into a fraction, would be what? 6 over 10. Now if we put it into the simplest form, that would be 3 over 5. Now that tells you that the first entity, which is crate A, is 3 units, and the second entity, crate B, is 5 units. Are you starting to get this? I hope you are. Okay. So the third one over here, percentage, same thing. We're just going to convert it into a fraction. So 3 over 10, and it becomes 3 here and 10 here. How about this one? Now this is probably something you might actually be asking, how do I do this, right? So same thing, 2.5 is not in the format of A over B. So what we want to do is we want to turn it into a proper fraction, sorry, an improper fraction, which is 5 over 2, right? So 2 times 2 gives you 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 over 2. So 5 over 2 means the female, which is the first entity, is 5, and the male, second entity, is 2. Very simple. Are you starting to get this? Okay. Now I'm going to show you exactly how this is being used in the actual problem sum. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. This is the question for the A over B. The total mass of crate A and crate B is 63 kilograms. The mass of crate A is 0.8 times the mass of crate B. Find the mass of the heavier crate. Right? So very simple. The 0.8, we must do what first? We must actually convert it into an improper fraction or a proper fraction, as long as it's in the format of A over B. So let's go ahead and do that first. So there you go. 8 over 10, simplest form, 4 over 5. Now, why do we always convert it into the simplest form? The reason being that if we have 8 over 10, we're going to have to draw 8 units and 10 units respectively. But if we only have 4 over 5, we only have to draw 4 units and 5 units respectively. So as you can see, 4 over 5, right, that belongs to where? To what? Which one? As you can see here, crate A, first entity, is 4, right? And crate B, The second entity is 5. So how would the model look like? It would simply look like this. Create A as 4 units, create B as 5 units. Now we put in the other information, which is total is 63 kilograms. So we get this, right? And they ask you find the mass of the heavier crate. So the difference is 1 unit over here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to calculate the total number of units, which is 9 units, right? 9 units is 63 kilograms. So 1 unit, which is the difference is 63 divided by 9, giving you the answer of 7 kilograms. So what is the mass of the heavier crate? It's just 5 units, which is 5 times 7, 35 kilograms. And so the answer is the mass of the heavier crate is 35 kilograms. Simple? Good. Let's move on to the next one, the A over B more or less than. The next part is the A over B more or less than. Now, how is this different from the first one? It's like slightly more tricky, right? So a lot of students always fall for the trick and then they realize, oh no, what happened? So I'm going to share with you how to do this, okay? So let's take a look at this one. The cost of the television set is 4 over 9 less than the cost of the vacuum cleaner. Now, very important. It says here, this is the first entity, right? That should correspond to the numerator. And the second entity, the vacuum cleaner, should correspond to the denominator. However, there are the words less than, right? And the second example, you can also see the length of ribbon A is 1 over 6 more than. Okay, so this is the difference between the first one and the second one, and it's actually a very crucial difference. If your child does not get it right, the answer will be completely wrong. Okay, so in this case, the fraction is 4 over 9 less than. I'm gonna just put down the whole thing. Okay, so now what does this mean? This is what it means. Take a look at this. The television set is 4 less than 9. Get it? So we read it this way: 4 less than 9. So if it's 4 units less than 9, that's 9 minus 4, giving you the answer of 5 units. And as for the vacuum cleaner, right, the vacuum cleaner is always going to be referring, the second entity is always going to be referring to the denominator, simply just 9 units. So same thing here. When we go here, what we notice is that 1 over 6 more than, so that means the first entity, which is ribbon A, is 1 more than 6. 1 more than 6 is 7. Right, so A has 7 units and B has, as usual, just the second, the denominator, 6 units. That's it. Simple, right? Let's move on to the problem sum to show you exactly how this is being done. All right, so I'm going to show you right now. So what's happening here, as you can see, is it says the total mass of bag A and bag B is 78 kilograms. The mass of bag A is 1 over 6 more than the mass of bag B. So find the mass of the heavier bag. So similar to the one that we just did actually, right? So all we have to do is, first of all, what we do is we know that it's going to be 1 more than 6, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get it? So 1 more than 6. So A has 1 more than 6, which is 7 units, and bag B has 6 units. So there you go. You have something like that. And as we move forward, we say the mass of bag A and B is 78 kilograms. So we calculate the mass of the heavier bag. It's very simple. We just divide it by the total number of units, which is 13 units, right? 13 units is 78 kilograms. 1 unit is 78 divided by 13, which is 6 kilograms. So now we find out that 1 unit is 6 kilograms. So what's the mass of the heavier bag? It's actually bag A. And bag A is 7 units. So 7 times 6 gives you 42 kilograms. So the answer is the mass of the heavier bag, which is bag A, is 42 kilograms. Now with that, I just ended the segment on the A over B as well as the A over B more or less than. And I hope that you've learned something. It probably has simplified like a lot of questions that you can be found in the section B especially, as well as some in section C, which is paper 1 and paper 2. Now, I want to stress again that this is actually just one part of the bigger puzzle, right? The straight A's roadmap is basically about going through a whole series of 9 steps, right? A 3-phase program, and the language of problem sums is just one part of it. And so, if you haven't done yet, I would suggest that you come down for the free trial. It's completely free. There's no obligations whatsoever, and your child will experience our math mastery approach, holistic math mastery approach live, and it will receive an assessment from a math prodigies coach as well as an individualized study plan. So come on down, have a free trial, see what it's like, and if your child loves it, just send them here and they can most probably be on their ways to getting A's. On their way to getting A's. Alright, so have a good one. I'll talk to you soon on the next video. Take care.
We all use math every day. Math is more than just formulas and equations. It's